Welcome to Amazing Trails Yoga. Today we are at the Kaaterskill Falls Trail, which is in the Catskill Mountains, home of Rip Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle is the tale of the man who slept for 21 years out in the Catskills, came back, and life has changed. And some of it he likes and some of it he doesn't. And today the theme is change. We're changing some things up. Some of it we are a little afraid of change. Let's face it, we all are a little bit afraid of change. It's good to switch things up, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to focus on that and Rip Van Winkle while we're in the beautiful Catskill Mountains. We will start in a nice seated position. Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged position, palms to the side. We'll begin with pranayama, the breath of life. And we inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take some nice breaths on your own. As we get into a little awkward pose, these changes are awkward. They're new to us, they're awkward. So we're going into deer pose. In case you've never done this, take your shin parallel to the top of the mat, your right shin parallel, your left knee comes to your heel of your right foot, and your left leg is parallel to the back of your mat, your shin. So this is deer pose. In deer pose, with your right leg forward, we will inhale to the left and take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. On the next inhale, we twist over to the right. Tense your fingers of the right hand so that you could reach. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take your right palm to the mat, and we inhale our left arm up. Exhale around as we lift our hips up to join. Inhale up. Exhale around. Inhale up, we're backstroking. Exhale around. We'll go the other way. Inhale up, we're coming all the way up with our hips. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. We'll inhale. On the exhale, we'll just lean forward, take a nice breath. And inhale back up. Take your left foot and we will meet your right foot and come into a cobbler's pose. You could reposition yourself so they're facing center. Inhale and hinging at the hips, we're coming down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale on the way up, and we'll do deer pose on the other side. So take your left shin to the edge of the mat, and your right shin comes to the other side so that it's parallel to the mat. Your right knee should be hooked to your left heel. And we're sitting up. And we will twist over to your right. Nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On the inhale, we turn and we look over your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take the palm of your left hand down to the mat. We will inhale our right arm up and our hips come up to meet it. Exhale down on the backstroke. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll go the other direction. Inhale our right arm up. Exhale around. Inhale up. Exhale around. Inhale up. Exhale around. Taking our right foot to meet the sole of our left. We could position ourselves to get straight again. We're in cobbler's pose. This time move your feet away from you a bit so the diamond is a little bit bigger. And we'll inhale and exhale down, hinging at the hips. A different type of stretch for cobbler's pose, Uttanasana. Nice early stretch. And inhale up. We will make our way to table. So we're coming into tabletop. Your fingers are spread. Your palms are directly under your shoulders. Navel to the spine. Our back is straight. If you look through your thighs, you should not be able to see your foot. Either foot, rather. Now take your right foot and go on the ball of your foot. We'll go back and forth a bit to stretch out the Achilles tendon. Nice. And draw your right foot around to the left, glancing at your heel. And we're going to draw it all the way around to the outside of your mat. Then we walk our hands over, so we're crossing. Inhale and exhale down, a nice stretch, good opener. We're getting ready for that sugarcane pose. That is our peak pose for today. How sweet it is, all these changes in life. We accept them, we grasp them with open hearts. Coming up, walk our right hand over our leg and draw our right leg around, all the way around. We could follow it and then look over our left shoulder at our heel. And we come around again, bringing it all the way around. Now at this point, you could use your block to come down on your forearms, maybe 2 blocks. If you can come all the way down, that's nice. Or nice, having a nice inner side stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. And I need to put a rock here. It's a little windy today. But by all means, use the block. Coming back up on our palms, we inhale our right leg around, following it, drawing all the way around, looking over our left shoulder at our heel. And we bring it around again. This time we walk our hands again over our foot and we draw our toes back. We flex our feet and lean into it. And take some nice breaths. Inhaling up, take our left hand to the center of the mat, walk our right foot over, and we're bringing our left leg out to the side, lifting it up. This gets a little tricky. Bend your leg and bring it up. Very nice. We'll do some cat-cows with this. So inhale your leg up and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. On the inhale, bring your leg up. You might want to take your left hand a bit out to the side of the mat. Take your right hand out and you're going to reach back for the pinky side of your foot. And this is a small little sugar cane that we're working toward. Very nice. And take your arm back parallel to the floor or the ground, straighten your leg, dropping your hand and your knee back to the floor. To counteract this, we will inhale our right hand up, and we're threading the needle. We're coming down through, putting our right ear to the mat. Our palm is up toward the sky, threading the needle for the count of 3 breaths. Then for a little awkward change, take the palm of your hand and flip it over so that it is facing the ground. And take some nice deep breaths. Notice the change. At the base of your last exhale, inhale your right arm up and down. Take your left foot out to the end of the mat at the ball of your foot, and we're stretching the Achilles tendon back and forth, giving the wrists a little bit of some movement to kind of oil them, lubricate them. And take your left foot, draw it around to the right, look over your right shoulder. Nice breath. And you're drawing your left foot around to the outside of your mat. Walk your hands over. Inhale, and on the exhale, take your forehead to your shin, or as close as it can be. It doesn't have to reach. We're doing a very nice deep stretch. This should feel very, very lovely. Inhaling your head up, walking our right hand more to the right of the mat. Your left hand comes over your foot, and we draw our left leg around, all the way around, looking over our right shoulder at our heel, and bring it around again to the outside of your mat. And again, you can put your forearms on a mat, or if you can, you could come all the way down. This is a very deep stretch. Whatever works for you, whatever feels nice, whatever is good for you. Some nice breaths, inhaling and exhaling. At the base of your last exhale, come to the palms of your hands and draw your left leg around, reaching over, looking over at your right shoulder at your heel, and drawing your leg around again to the outside of the mat. We will walk our palms over. Your left hand comes over your left leg, flexing your foot so that you're on a heel. Take a nice inhale, and on the exhale, come down to your shin. Nice runner's stretch. This again, you don't have to come all the way down, whatever works for you. Everyone is at a different level. How boring life would be if we were all at the same level. At the base of your last exhale, come up, inhale up, bring your right palm to the mat, walk your left palm over your leg, and draw your foot over to a 90-degree angle, picking up your left leg, bending it, and swinging it around. We're going to do some nice cat-cows. So we inhale and exhale. Inhale, little different cat-cow. Exhale. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. At the base of this, you take your left leg out to the side, or excuse me, out to the back. Move your right palm over a bit to the right. Extend your left leg. You can actually kickstand your foot out if you need to balance better with this. This is good enough if you just want to take your left hand out to the side. Otherwise, you keep your leg bent and bring your arm back to the pinky side of your foot. And we're doing a mini sugarcane. Nice change, a little different. We're open for change. What if we slept for 21 years? How different life would be. Would we accept the changes? Taking your left arm out to the side, your left leg straightening and coming back into tabletop. At tabletop, we inhale our left arm up and exhale through. We're threading the needle. Our left ear comes to the mat. Nice shoulder opener. Nice deep breaths, inhaling. Now take your hand, the palm is up, and just turn your hand so that the palm is to the ground. You feel a different sensation, a change, a different sensation in your shoulders, waking up your shoulders. Breathe into it and breathing out of it. At the base of your last exhale, we'll bring our shoulders up. Draw your left arm under you, and bring it up, following the gaze, and back into table. With this, we're curling our toes under, and we're lifting up our knees, hovering for a second, and straightening our legs, coming into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your feet slowly to your hands, and we're coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. With that, we're rolling ourselves up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bringing all our goodness up with us, sucking our navel into our spine. Our shoulders are right over our hips, and we're coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Very appropriate. We're at the Catskill Mountains. We are going to do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, changing it up a little bit. I'll do one facing you and then the other 2 to the side. So our palms are facing forward. We're in Tadasana. We inhale our palms up, Uttita Tadasana, tall mountain. On the exhale, we're coming down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Now touching, you could use 2 blocks or touching your hands to the mat. We inhale, we're bending, and we're coming to our tippy toes on the inhale. And on the exhale, we drop our heels, forward fold. Inhale, hinging at the hips. We're coming up into tall mountain, Uttita Tadasana. And exhaling down into prayer. From prayer, we set an intention today. If you want to send some love and energy out to anyone in the world who you feel might need it, who you just want to send love to. Also, collectively, we'll send love to those who are struggling with change, and hoping to send enough energy and love so that we can embrace whatever change that we are faced with. And exhaling into Tadasana. I'm going to turn to the side for a different perspective. We inhale, our arms up, fingertips touching this time. Exhale, coming down, hinging at the hips, and forward fold, Uttanasana. We take our hands to the mat, inhale our heels up. Exhale our heels down, Uttanasana. Inhale, hinging at the hips, coming up. Our fingertips touching, and exhale down into prayer. We'll do that one more time and change it a tiny bit. Inhale our arms up, palms touching. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. On the inhale, we'll put our hands on the mat for a second, our fingertips on the mat, and see if we could balance. Good. We'll take another extra breath in this. This is called ball of yarn. A lot of fun. Maybe a little higher. On the exhale, we'll put our hands to the mat and forward fold. Of course, your legs could be bent, whatever works for you. And hinging at the hips or coming up into tall mountain Uttanasana, into prayer and Tadasana. Very, very lovely. From this pose, we're going to inhale our arms up one last time. Exhale, coming forward, bending at the hips, Uttanasana. From Uttanasana, inhale your right foot back, and exhale your left foot back into downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. It's actually a nice resting pose. From downward dog, take your right foot and you're bringing it over, you're drawing it over to the left. You might not have as much room this time. And inhaling it around, all the way around to the outside of the mat. A little windy today. From this, we walk our hands over so that your right hand comes over your foot. And we inhale and exhale down to our shin, our forehead to our shin. Take some nice deep breaths. This is a type of pyramid, a little different, a little awkward, which is what we're going for today. Should feel pretty nice. At the base of your last exhale, draw your head up, walk your right hand over your foot. Bring your palms back into like a tabletop position or downward dog with your fingers spread. And draw your right foot around so that it comes to the back of your mat. Look over your left shoulder at your heel. Maybe a little wider stance this time. Drawing it around again, all the way around so that it comes to the outside of the mat. And this time again, you could use a block if necessary. Whoops. I don't want my block to go over the mountain. You could inhale and exhale your forearms down on the block. If you can go all the way down, that's good. This is a really deep, deep stretch. So whatever works for you. And we're inhaling into it and exhaling. I'm just gonna put a rock. Don't want that block. It's very light. It's just a little bulky. At the base of your last exhale, inhale back up onto your palms and draw your right foot around, all the way around so that it comes to the left. You could look over your left shoulder. And inhale it around again to the outside of your mat. We walk our right hand over and our left hand comes a little bit closer. We flex our foot. And we inhale and exhale down, forehead to shin, runner stretch. This should feel very lovely. With the last exhale, we're inhaling our head up. Take your right hand over your foot. Your left hand moves over a bit to the left. We will swing or draw your right foot over 90-degree angle. You're picking it up, bending your foot, and bringing your right foot up so that your leg is bent. Take your left hand and move it out to the side a bit. And this is not the very, very easy. You could balance like this if you like. Otherwise, you could take your right foot, and I'm flipping over. I'm a little nervous because we are on the edge of this mountain. Take your right foot with your right hand, the outside, the pinky side, and we're stretching. And take your right hand out to the side, down to the mat, and dropping your right foot. Very nice. From this position, you're dropping your knees gently to the mat. You're sitting back on your heels, your toes are curled. And we'll inhale our right arm up and exhale around for a backstroke. Inhale up, exhale back around for a backstroke. Inhale up, exhale down. We'll go the other way. Inhale your right arm up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Very nice. Walking your hands out a little bit to the mat, toward the end of the mat. Lifting up your knees, let them hover for half a second, and straightening your legs back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now take your left foot behind your right. We're drawing it over to the right. Look over your right shoulder and draw it all the way around. It's coming around to the outside of your mat on the left side. We walk our hands over, so your left hand crosses over your left foot. Nice deep breath, and exhale your forehead down to your shin. This is a type of pyramid, a little bit different. Change is good. Breathing into it and exhaling. Into it and exhale. Now take your right hand toward the middle of the mat, toward the right. Your left hand walks over your left foot, and draw your left foot around, all the way around behind you. Look over your right shoulder at your heel. Very lovely. And draw it around again to the outside of the mat. And again, you could use your block or just inhale and exhale down to your forearms. This is a very, very deep stretch, especially from this position. Using your block to bring the ground closer to you is perfectly fine. And inhaling up, adjust your hands so that you could balance very nice on them so that they're ready for downward facing dog. Take your left foot, draw it around, all the way around. Keep going. Look over your right shoulder at your heel. Very nice. And we bring it around again to the outside of your mat. Walk your right hand over to the left. Your left crosses over your foot. You flex your toes. Inhale and exhale your forehead down to your shin. Runner stretch. Very nice. Nice deep breaths. Inhale our foreheads up. We walk our hands over, cross your left hand over your left foot. Our palms are in position for downward facing dog. Take your left foot, draw it out to a 90-degree angle. You're inhaling your left foot up, bending at the knee, and bringing your left foot up, your left heel up. And we can take our right hand a little bit out to the side, maybe move your heel, because we're looking over our left hand. Keep your left hand out straight. and reach back for the pinky side of your foot into a downward facing dog, sugarcane. And straighten out your left arm and your left leg and come back down into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nice deep breath. From this, you're slowly and gently dropping your knees and sitting back on your heels. Your toes are curled under. This is a nice toes pose, good stretch for your toes. We multitask, we do so many things at the same time. With your right hand to your hip, inhale your left arm up, exhale around. We're doing nice back strokes. Inhale up, exhale around. Inhale up, exhale around. And to the other side or other direction, inhale your left arm up and around. We're reversing direction. Inhale up, exhale around. Inhale up, exhale down. Very nice. Placing our hands back on the mat, we'll walk our hands forward, coming into tabletop with our toes still curled, lifting our knees so that they hover for half a second and straightening our legs. Very lovely. Downward facing dog, take a nice breath. And walking our feet forward. We are in forward fold Uttanasana. We are slowly inhaling, hinging at the hip, coming up to a standing position. Palms facing each other and down into prayer. We will swan dive our arms up into tall mountain Uttita Tadasana. Forward fold, coming down into Uttanasana. We will inhale our right leg back and exhale our left foot back to meet a downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a nice breath. And exhale. Inhale your right foot between your hands. On the exhale, drop your heel. And we will inhale our arms up, palms facing each other, to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. On the exhale, Warrior 2, we open up. Okay, I'll do that again just for practice, where our hips are facing the top of the mat, and we slice open. Our hips shift over naturally. They open up. We're going right into a sugarcane sugarcane pose. From Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, we're leaning forward. We are dropping our hand to the mat or to a block. You could definitely use a block if you like, whatever works for you. And we're coming up into a half moon. In half moon, we bend our leg at the knee like we've been. Take your left hand, reach behind you, grab to the outside of your foot, and we're coming up into sugarcane. Sugarcane helps us focus, balance, our coordination. It gently opens up our rib cage and our abdominal muscles. It strengthens our ankles, our calves, our thighs. So many wonderful things. And gently letting go, we're coming back into half moon. And from half moon, bend your right leg, coming back into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Swinging your left arm around and under and around into Warrior One. Exhaling down so that both hands are on either side of your foot. And inhale your left foot up to meet your right, forward fold. Very nice, we did it. We only have one more side to go. Hinging at the hips, we're inhaling, coming up. Our palms meet and exhale into prayer. Back to Tadasana, mountain pose, so appropriate. We're on a very tall mountain. Inhale our arms up, palms touching. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale your left foot back. Exhale your right foot back to meet it, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into plank. High push-up position. Exhale, chaturanga, low push-up position. Inhale over your toes into upward dog. And rolling over into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhalation and exhalation. Inhale, looking up between your hands. You will inhale your left foot up between your hands and drop your right heel. Inhale, both arms up facing each other into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Slicing over into Warrior 2. We'll try that again. So take your right arm around, down, and together your palms meet. We're in Warrior 1. Your hips are facing the edge of your mat. We slice open to Warrior 2. Very nice. From Warrior 2, we're leaning forward. Our left leg is bent. We're coming into Half Moon Pose. You could use the block if you like. You're lifting up your right arm. Bending your right knee. We reach back for our foot. For the pinky side of our foot, we're coming into Sugarcane. Another benefit of Sugarcane, it totally stretches the groin muscles, the inner thighs. Again, the abdomen, your chest. It opens up so many areas. Really a beautiful, beautiful pose. Gently, without boomeranging back, extend your right arm up to the sky, your left arm down. We're bending our left leg, coming back into a Warrior 2. Swinging your right arm around. So we come into Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, both arms down to either side of your left foot. And your right foot up comes up to meet it, forward fold. Very nice. Very lovely. Take a nice deep breath on the forward fold. From forward fold, we're inhaling, coming up into tall mountain. And exhaling back into prayer and Tadasana. Inhale your arms up. We'll come down to the mat. Exhaling, forward fold. Very nice. Inhale your left foot back and your right foot back to meet a downward facing dog. Now coming forward a little bit, we're dropping our knees, we're curling our toes under, sitting back on our heels. Just doing another nice arm stretch. We really opened up our chest and opened up our rib cage. So I'm going to turn back so you could see what I'm doing. So you could see the back of me. You're on your toes in toes pose. If this doesn't work for you, you could sit on your heels. But in toes pose, it's really a nice toe opener. You could extend your right arm up and take your left arm around, bend your right arm so that you could pat the back of your mat. You could take your left arm on your elbow, pull it back a bit, nice stretch. Or a little out of our comfort zone, we could extend our left hand and bring it around so that our fingertips touch. We could maybe make the bind. If you're at like this, you could use your strap to hold it. My strap is not too handy. I could use my hat to hold it if I wanted, like that. Use your strap. Anything that's available. Whatever works for you. And exhale around. We'll inhale our left arm up. Take your right hand. You could maybe pull it at the elbow. Tap yourself on the back. Extend your right arm and bring it around so that maybe your fingertips can touch. Maybe you can make the bind. Again, you could take your strap. Whatever works for you. Couple nice breaths. And we let go. Very nice. While we're on our toes, we're just coming into a little arm balance for a little practice. Something new and different. Not necessarily different. So we are on our toes. You could separate your knees a bit and put your hands flat to the mat. We're coming up, we're drawing our knees up. Walk your hands back a bit so that the tops of your arms come to the insides of your thigh. We're going to come up into an arm balance, into crow. So from this, your feet are up. We practiced this already when we did ball of yarn with our toes up. Okay, again, our top arms are to the insides of our thighs. And we're coming up for a balance into crow. Very nice. And coming down, and you could play with this a bit. I'm coming a little forward, so I'm going to show you another little kind of awkward, nice change. It looks a lot harder than it is. So again, we're coming into crow. To the backs of our arms are the insides of our thighs. We're leaning forward. We're on our tippy toes like we practiced. We're coming into crow. And we're exhaling our legs through. So we're coming into a chaturanga. Then we can come up into upward facing dog and back again. I'll do that one more time. It looks a lot harder than it is. You could just play. This is like play time. So we're coming back into crow. We could drop our seat. Bring the backs of your arms to the insides of your thighs and calves. You're coming up to your tippy toes, leaning forward. We're coming into crow, and this is good enough. If you want to try it just for fun, we're really close to the ground. If we fall, it's not going to really hurt us. We're really, really close. We've all fallen before. And we shoot our legs out, coming into chaturanga, upward facing dog, and we could just sit back to our heels and come into a child pose. Very, very nice. We can also try one more awkward pose. Okay, just because it's time for a change. Rip Van Winkle slept for 21 years, woke up to all these changes, oh my goodness. And he wasn't really prepared mentally. The biggest change I heard, he didn't like how old his dog got. His kids were all grown up. He had a long white beard. So we will take our hands to the mat. We're ready for a change. Flipping over your toes, and we're not coming into a full headstand. And you could try this. This is really safe. We come into the crow position, into crow, and you could just drop your head to the mat and pick up your feet. This is the beginning of a head balance. Okay, and this takes us out of our comfort zone. And I just want to give you a start for this. You can come back into crow if you like and come down to your feet. Very nice. We are sitting at our heels with all that work. It's nice to do a back bend, and we work so hard, so we'll do a restful back bend. So take your block. You could put it at any length that you like. Okay, I'm taking it, you could put it on the low side, the higher side, or the highest, but I'll start with the low. Put it not in the middle of your back, more to your tailbone. We are doing a back bend, so you're lifting up your heel, let me try again here. Lay to the back of the mat, on your back on the mat, I'm sorry. Okay, just got all excited about this. I haven't done this with you yet. So your feet are flat to the mat. You're laying on your back. You could lift up your hips and take your block. You could put it at your tail, not right on your tailbone, a little bit higher than your tailbone, not in the middle of your back. So at your little bit above your tailbone, whatever height you want. It's a supported bridge because we really work so hard. You totally deserve this. I sometimes like to even put it on the highest and take some nice inhales and exhales. Your feet are flat to the mat, palms facing up. Supported bridge. Just breathing into this as we wind down. I certainly don't expect you to be so high. You could be at any length, just a little bit above your tailbone. Not in the middle of your back. Your palms are faced up. You're resting. Breathing into this, a nice back bend. You deserve it. You earned it. We really worked hard. And the base of the last exhalation, remove slowly and gently the block, putting it out to the side, dropping your hips, bring your knees into your chest. You could wrap your arms around your knees. And for the final asana, we're doing a twist, another awkward twist. Take your right leg over your left and your eagle wrapping your legs. Arms out to the side, and normally we would drop over to the left. We are dropping over to the right, an awkward side. If you need to put your block here, by all means do so. But this is a totally different awkward stretch. A change. Take your chin over your left shoulder, look over to the left. Take some nice deep breaths. After a while, it doesn't seem so awkward. You get used to the change. Inhale. And you're unwinding from the eagle's pose and wrap your left leg over your right, coming back into eagle. And from this position, you're dropping your knees over to the left and looking over to the right. Again, you can put your knees on a block if you can't quite reach. This feels really good. This is an intense stretch. Should feel really nice. You deserve it. I'm sure when Rip Van Winkle woke up, he had to do a lot of stretches. He must have been so stiff. Not to mention 21 years older. Inhale your knees back up to the sky. You're unwrapping your knees. Give your legs a nice hug. Wrap your arms over your shins, over your calves. Over your shins, rather. Maybe lift up your forehead to meet your knees. And you're slowly extending your legs down into Shavasana. One leg at a time comes to the corners of your mat. Your feet could splay out to the side, your palms up toward the sky. Taking some nice inhales and exhales into Shavasana, letting your body absorb all it has done. Resting, it's very, very important to rest your body. We might not want to rest for 21 years in a row, but resting for a few moments, enjoying the beautiful Catskill Mountains. Beginning to wiggle your toes, your fingers, making small movements with your wrists and your ankles, circles one way, circles another. Inhale, one knee up towards your chest and the other. Put your arms, your hands by your knees and roll to either side. And slowly make your way up to a nice comfortable seated position, cross-legged position, Sukhasana. Your hands might want to meet at heart center. And thank you so very much for joining me at Amazing Trails Yoga Level 2 class. And please subscribe to my channel so we can communicate. You could express any concerns, wants, needs, wishes. We'll get back to you. And thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.